Are you a healer, witch, creative, or magical entrepreneur who's ready to fill your high-ticket one-on-one or group coaching program, and you want a sales page that will do the selling for you? Maybe you're tired of having a calendar full of sales calls and you want a sales page that can clearly articulate your offer and guide interested clients to feel ready to buy without needing to talk to you first. Maybe you already have a sales page and people are clicking on it but not reaching out, and you want to feel clear on what to say and what not to say to turn interested people into actual buyers. Having sales pages for my offers has led to filling a high-ticket group coaching program with 10 clients at $1,000 each while traveling on vacation for 2 weeks and launching using repurposed content. Having 5-figure months from sales into my $5,000 evergreen mastermind with no live launching beyond daily social media content. Signing clients into my $17,000 private mentorship program with no sales calls. When you book my Cosmic Sales Intensive, you'll walk away with a full, clear, compelling sales page for your high-ticket offer that will attract ready-to-buy clients and that you can continue to make sales with for years to come. Clients who have been through this offer have created a sales page that went on to sell out a high-ticket relationship coaching mastermind, had 20 applications within 48 hours of publishing, sold several $15,000 private mentorship packages, and even had a 6-figure launch with the sales page and content strategy we created within just a few weeks. Stop losing people with fluffy language that sounds the same as so many others in your industry, and clearly articulate why your work is worth $5,000 to $10,000 plus, even when you sell things like astrology, human design, breathwork, mindset coaching, or energy work. Book your Cosmic Sales Intensive now at withsarahmac.com or via the link in my description. What's up? This is Sarah Mac and welcome to Creative Magic Club. Together, we'll discover inspirational stories of creative entrepreneurs living out their dreams, doing the work they are most passionate about, and building wealth in magical and fun ways. While building a 6-figure income as a writer and coach, helping other women to launch their dream businesses, I've connected with so many incredible people and seen it proven again and again that you can thrive financially doing whatever it is you are passionate about. I'm here to share life-changing strategies for mindset, making money, and reaching more people with your work in a business and life filled with creativity, freedom, and fun. What if I told you that your resistance is actually pointing you to where you will make the most money? And your astrology chart can also point the way and really turn on its head what we might receive as messages to slow down or to stop or to go in a different direction or to question, that are actually invitations into our greatest superpowers. So this is going to create so much freaking liberation for you and your business that will lead to more cash flow in deeply, deeply aligned ways. And I want to normalize so much of the resistance that we feel in entrepreneurship. And something that I've been seeing in looking at clients' charts is how there's very specific aspects that we can look at that really bring us self-compassion around our challenges, and that we can also clearly identify as invitations into the growth that will lead us to become the type of person who is capable of creating those big dreams and goals and desires. So this is really going to unlock so much liberation and power and momentum for you towards bringing your business dreams to life and doing it in alignment with your astrological blueprint. So what I want to talk about is I'm speaking about resistance here. So we're all familiar with that, right? So take a moment to connect in with, where are you feeling resistant right now? What is that next move in your business that you know has been on your to-do list for too freaking long, or that you've been shoving off, or that you don't feel good or confident around, or that you're questioning, but it's that little idea, it's that desire that will not leave you alone, that you know you can't not see through because you know there's something there for you. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about that feeling that makes it feel like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, oh, I would rather do 10 million other things. I would rather clean out the freaking fridge. I would rather I don't know, like pluck my eyebrows to shreds. I would rather do anything other than that next level move on my to-do list, because there's just all of this feeling in my body around it feeling hard or feeling difficult or feeling out of reach or challenging or just really freaking uncomfortable. This is every day in entrepreneurship, right? Like, I'm sure we're all familiar with that feeling. And the aspects that I'm going to invite you to look at in your chart that are going to give you permission slips to follow the feeling, whether it's massive resistance or whether it's desire that feels out of reach, or maybe it's a narrative that you've fallen into around something being hard, something being complicated, you not being good at something, particularly when it comes to content and sales and communicating our offers, pitching the work that we deeply want to be selling more of, that are really going to change things for us in our business when we hit those next level enrollment goals, signing more clients, those new price points. These are the types of things that are going to trigger those next level versions of our deeply ingrained resistance patterns that we can see in our chart. So the aspects that I'm talking about here are squares and oppositions. So these are really the red lines on your chart. And these particular placements to watch out for are squares, oppositions. So these are the red lines running from your Mars, running from your Saturn. So Mars is obviously how we take action. So any red lines on our Mars, that's pressure that we're going to feel when it comes to making moves and taking action and moving forward. Saturn, when we have any squares from Saturn, obviously paying attention to what those planets are, that can really bring this pressure to prove, this pressure to be good enough, to be well established, that's where we can be holding back because we're putting ourselves on a pedestal of where we need to be before we can actually move forward. So that can feel like a lot of pressure. Then we've got Neptune, which can bring layers of confusion. So if you ever find yourself not moving forward because you're like, oh, but I'm not sure, or you're not really fully trusting your creative ideas and you're constantly switching, instead of really following through to implement your creative ideas and bring them, do the grind, lay the brick after brick after brick to build the path to actually materialize these creative ideas that you're having and that are calling you and that are, like nudging you on the shoulder and not leaving you alone. So that's one to pay attention to as well, looking out for those behavior patterns. And then Moon, because your Moon is your emotional safety. And this is a massive one when it comes to brand content, particularly showing up, becoming more visible, and selling our soul work. It's such vulnerable work. So if you have any squares or oppositions running from your Moon to your other planets, then there's even more pressure that you're going to be feeling. There's even more of a legitimate need for you to pay attention to creating legitimate emotional safety for yourself to really clear the path for you to be able to move forward. And that's not just something to acknowledge, oh, I don't feel safe, and move forward anyway. That's the type of opposition to pay attention to, that it's a necessity for you to do what you need to do to create legitimate emotional safety. And this is a huge conversation that I'm having with clients when we're building out their custom brand strategy based on their astrology charts, because a lack of emotional safety is our number one contributor to resistance, to taking action. And some of the very real and tangible actions that we can take, just as an example, to alleviate that resistance are starting an entirely new social media channel that doesn't have any of your old network on it, especially when you're evolving into a new identity or a new level of your work that feels really vulnerable. Can be blocking and removing people from your past or relationships where you have a genuine fear of judgment or pushback. It can be creating closed community spaces like private groups and chats or communities that are invitation only and that are private, so you can genuinely feel safe to show up and share your story, share your message, pitch and sell your work, knowing that it is your people only who are there and there is no one who is going to be coming at you, criticizing you, judging you, and genuinely making your life harder, which is a real fact of life. When you're an entrepreneur and when you're a creative and when you're a visionary and you're bringing new ideas to the forefront, you upset people. 50% of people are going to love us. 50% of people are going to fucking hate what we are talking about. And some people like to tell us. And that is just a fact of life that we have to navigate. So the reason I'm encouraging you to familiarize yourself with the parts of these aspects in your chart is because I want you to understand them so you're no longer using them as a reason why you shouldn't do something. Because here's the truth. These red lines, they're activations for growth. And I have hella red lines all over my freaking chart and around a lot of the aspects that I'm actually teaching and guiding others on. Because here's why: the challenges that we face set us up for this deep skill and wisdom and knowledge that not only allows us to get to higher levels of mastery, that's actually required in order to bring our big creative visions to life. But like I always say, nobody wants to learn from a leader who's had it easy the whole freaking time. And that equips us with in-depth knowledge of how to guide others through similar challenges. So what I have found in being able to highlight aspects like squares and oppositions with clients, particularly related to visibility, to sales, to money, to showing up and sharing our story. So we're looking at, Mercury's obviously a big one, looking at your brand planet, looking at your Mars, looking at your Saturn. All of these aspects that give us so much information around how to show up in our business, the unique challenges that we face, and the invitations that we're being given to really grow. This is such incredible data for us to then go and build systems and structures of support to create so much self-compassion for when all of that mindset shit is coming up, which is so absolutely such a freaking normal part of entrepreneurship, whether you're in the beginning and you're stepping into something that's really new for you and you're really doing the work to create nervous system safety around these new ways of being and these new identities of being more fully expressed through your work, or whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur and you're stepping into that next level of visibility and growth and impact and service. There's always going to be another level of all of these placements. And so being able to look at them in your chart, I find is so empowering to be like, oh, okay, like I'm not fucking crazy, that this feels so hard for me and that I'm still dealing with this. Because the sooner we can have that understanding, the sooner we can identify our genuine needs and the clear invitations of what we're being asked to step into in spite of resistance, the faster we can set up those structures in our life, in our support team, in our way that we communicate with ourselves and the way that we navigate challenges and resistance as we are continually coming up against it, the more momentum we're going to get, the less these types of uncomfortable feelings, which are going to always be there as long as we're growing, the less they are going to slow us down. And one of the biggest mindset reframes that has opened up so much for me since becoming an entrepreneur is I am comfortable being uncomfortable. And there's, rise to new levels of comfort in the discomfort. And this is such an amazing way to use our astrology chart to bring attention and awareness to our specific flavors of resistance. So just an example for you, some of the squares and oppositions in my own chart. So I'm a messaging strategist, right? As well as a business astrologer. And I have Saturn squaring my Mercury. So Mercury is also my brand planet. It's also my chart ruler. I'm all like, Mercury energy is the main part of my business, of my identity, of how I express myself, of what I'm meant to really bring through my work and through my self-expression. And I've got a freaking square from Saturn. So I am going through these challenges every day with you. And that's actually what equips me to be a leader for others in being able to communicate, in being able to storytell, in being able to build brands, in being able to grow visibility, step more fully into our identity, because I have walked the path. In so many ways, I'm continuing to walk it every damn day. I am with you. And this is not all coming easy to me all the time. It's also squaring my nodes. I have a lot of squares with my nodes. And as we know, your North Node is really your destiny and what we're evolving into in this lifetime. Yeah, so much resistance in stepping into that from all the directions. I also have Mars squaring my nodes. So Mars is so crucial for entrepreneurship because we have to be able to initiate and take action every day in order to build our creative visions. I also have Jupiter opposing my Mars in the 11th, and Jupiter is in my 5th house. Mars is in my 11th. So I have that constant push-pull between wanting to expand and be in my creative self-expression for the pure joy, for the pure pleasure, and then the pressure of expressing myself and that being seen in my community. 11th house is like, it's your social media, it's our community, our wider audience, and really contributing. And I'm constantly feeling that push-pull, which I'm sure we all do in our relationship with social media, but that is a huge part of my work with clients in navigating that axis. And then obviously I've got my Sun and my Mercury in the 12th house in Leo. So that is just another placement where I'm constantly feeling that push-pull of wanting to be seen, wanting to express myself, and wanting to hide and not have to show up. So I feel you. I'm with you. I'm constantly feeling that pressure of, oh, I want to show up. I want to share. I want to share my passion. I have so many ideas. I want to impact people. I want to, grow my impact and my reach with the work that I'm so passionate about. And like, I want to scratch my eyes out if you're telling me to show up on social media today. Just being able to hold all of that and knowing that it's in navigating that and it's in learning how to lean into our strengths and build those support structures to constantly be meeting that. That's how we create the growth. That's how we create those skills that really equip us with the capacity to realize our big creative vision. So don't be upset if you see lots of red lines on your chart. See these as really powerful invitations and portals for growth. See it as a map that is inviting you. Here's where to do the work. Here is where to really notice where that resistance is coming up and create a strategy to lean into that, to actually follow through, to overcome it, and to not let it hold you back, because that is going to be the fastest path to all of the joy and fulfillment that comes from really realizing our creative ideas. If you are really into this idea of learning more about how your astrology chart gives you your blueprint for your business to access your most powerful avenues to making money, to making impact, doing it in really aligned ways that feel deeply authentic to you and that bring you the growth that feels deeply, deeply fulfilling, and the right kind of resistance, right? Like not the pushing and the forcing, but the getting rid of all of the other crap that you're not meant to be wasting your time with, and really focusing on your soul work and building a business around your unique blueprint. That is exactly the work we do inside the Cosmic Freedom Lab for visionary creators, where we use your chart to build a brand that feels like home and that sells like magic, to really focus on attracting deeply compatible clients into the offers that you're most excited to be selling at much higher ticket prices, really focusing on the work that you're best at, your highest value offering, so you can charge those 5 to 10K plus price points. That really gives you the freedom to go through that growth and that self-evolution and discovery and to live your life outside of your business. We're here to create freedom. We're here to realize our creative visions and to do it in a way that gifts us the life that we are dreaming about, where we don't have to sacrifice our health, our relationships, our creative self-expression, and that allows us to empower the communities that we feel deeply fulfilled by impacting. So that's exactly the work that we do. It's such a special container. Send me a DM if this conversation is resonating with you. If you want to get my eyes on your chart and learn more about the specific squares and oppositions that are impacting you. And inside the Cosmic Freedom Lab, we're building out unique rituals and support systems based on your unique patterns of resistance that we look at in your chart, as well as your content and brand strategy and offer sales process that is also deeply alignment with the full self-expression of your gifts and your legacy that your astrological blueprint points us to. So please share this with anyone, any other entrepreneurs that you know would love it. Can't wait to hear what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Mwah.